Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. We do not script anything when we do these videos. We have no idea what we're doing. So this is another review video. We just saw It last night, Stephen King's It. And holy shit, it is a scary movie. I'm not easily scared at all. There's very few things that like make me jump or whatever, and this movie was legitimately terrifying.
It was very disturbing.
Very disturbing.
And there's also a lot of child violence, obviously, or violence against children.
It opens with, this isn't a spoiler, it's like literally the first scene. It opens with like possibly like the most horrific like child abduction scene I've like ever seen. It's crazy.
I didn't know that we would see the clown talk so damn much.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So I never saw the original, so I really didn't know what, like, I mean, literally the most exposure that I had to the whole story was when we were at Comic-Con, and these little people who little women who were hired by the marketing team for the movie were wandering around in yellow raincoats with red balloons, and it was just...
And they would follow you, and they wouldn't speak.
Yeah, they were all over downtown, and so, like, anybody that wasn't at Comic-Con, so, like, they would come up to you, if you were standing there, they were hired, they would come up to you, and they would just, like, keep their heads down, and they would just come up to you like 2 or 3 inches away and just stand there, and just like with like their heads down.
One of those ladies almost got punched by this guy. He was like flipped out. Like, dude, calm down.
It was crazy, and so like they would wait until you were talking about it. They would be like, you know, they would wait until somebody was like, what the fuck? And then they would slowly turn around, and on the back, and they would point to their back, and on the back of the raincoat, it said It, like September or whatever the release. It was, oh my God, some of the most genius marketing I've like ever seen. It was amazing. So I didn't know anything about the story. Now I do. It's basically about, you know, conquering your fears, and it's a terrifying experience because it has to do with your own individual fears. It's not like the clown is the scary thing. It's the fact that the clown has the ability to manifest itself.
Pretty scary.
He's scary, but...
There's this weird dance scene that I really did not like at all. Like, and it went on for a long time.
Pennywise, the dancing clown. Yeah.
It's dancing, and it's like, please, God, stop.
It's pretty messed up.
That would fuck me up.
It's pretty messed up.
I'd be scared.
I thought it was great. I mean...
the actors are great.
Yeah, it's got 2 of the kids from Stranger Things in there.
Wait, 2?
I thought it was 2.
It was just 1.
Just 1? Okay, one of the kids from Stranger Things in there.
Finn Wolfhard.
That kid's great.
Mike?
Yeah.
Is he Mike?
Yeah, he's Mike.
The main one.
I think so. He's, that kid's great. And so, you know, they're actually all really good child actors in this movie. I was really impressed. I thought it was phenomenally done. The guy who, Bill Skarsgård, who plays It, is fucking terrifying. Oh my God, his weird clown accent and like laugh and stuff that he keeps throwing out.
Oh, Georgie.
Oh yeah, it's
and its teeth.
It's very very disturbing.
What I wanted to say about the children, it's oftentimes, you know, sometimes I'll see a movie and it's hard to remember like what kids are supposed to look like, because usually they age them up in films. And I haven't seen kids like this age playing a movie like this since like probably something from the 80s, like, you know, like a Stand By Me or something. So these kids actually look like, you know, what is supposed to be like 7th grade or something, or junior high or whatever.
6th, 7th grade, something like that.
Like they actually, and it was like, oh yeah, like some of them look younger than the others. It was like, that's how school is. Like you'll have like the smaller kids, the boys who haven't hit puberty yet, and they're like down here. So I was like, oh, okay, well, it's nice that they kept it very realistic as to what these kids are supposed to look like.
It was realistic. It made sense. You know, those who don't know, like, my tastes, I'm kind of, like, a stickler for, like logic in the plot and, like, it making sense. I hate when there's, like, things going on in the plot.
What's something's about to fall in your eye.
Uh-oh.
Don't, wait. I get it. I think I get it. Yeah, I got
it.
Okay,
thank you.
Yeah.
She looks out for me. Logic in the plot. So, yeah, all these movies that we talk about are highly logical. And this was actually another really good example of that. It had resolution at the end. it didn't, leave you with that, like, a pet peeve of mine. I was, like, telling her this last night. I hate when, like, you think the monster or whatever is defeated, and then, like, the last scene is, like, it bursting out from, like, some unknown place, which completely, like, negates everything that just happened in the movie. I fucking hate that.
That being said, it did say chapter 1.
It said chapter 1.
Which isn't a spoiler, because people are already talking online about who can play the children in the sequel.
Yeah, and that's actually not stupid, because it makes sense, because they wrote it into the story that this thing shows up every 27 years, right? So, like, the next one would presumably take place 27 years later.
Which is, like, basically around, like, what, it'd probably be, like, 2016?
Yeah, something like
89.
that. So, yeah. So, well, that would be 20 years. So it would have to take place in, like, 2022 or something like that, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It's around the same time. So, yeah, great movie. Go see it.
No,
Tell
it
us
would be
what
like
you think.
2015.
I'm terrible at math, so...
Yeah, it'd be like 2015.
Okay. Close enough,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That dancing clown. Someone's going to make a gif of that, and I'm not going to know how to feel about it.
I was just thinking that, as you were saying that the first thing I'm going to do once this video is done is to find that gif and send it to you to terrorize you. I'm going to send it to Ralph, too. Ralph is terrified of clowns. One of my best friends is, like, terrified of clowns.
He's terrible.
I've literally got, like, stories of this guy when he was, like, 12 years old freaking out in my toy chest downstairs.
Why are you going to call him out like that?
Because of a glass clown that I have down there. I'll show it to you later. And I'm going to send it to him. He's going to be freaked out. It's going to be great.
He's the worst.
I know, I am. I'm a dick. Anyways, is that all we have to say about it?
You'll float too.
You'll float too. Yeah,
You'll float too.
So here's the thing. Here's one more thing about this movie. I guess this is probably, like, not news for people that saw the original movie, but, like, so, the tagline of the movie was "You'll float too." Was that the tagline of the original movie? Was that, like, the same thing? I don't know.
I didn't see it.
But "You'll float too," like, has a meaning to it that like, you don't really understand until, like, the last 10 minutes of the movie.
It's creepy as hell to hear a little kid yelling it.
Yeah, I mean, they say it throughout the whole... Yeah, they keep saying it, like, throughout the whole movie, "You'll float too," and, like, the possessed kid says it, and, like, the clown says it, and all this shit. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like, what the hell does that mean? And you do get it in the last 10 minutes, and it's horrifying.
Although, it doesn't...
Horrifying.
They don't show what happens after the floating...
You almost spoiled the movie.
No.
There's something that floats.
Yeah,
that's all we'll
I just
say.
want to know what happens when it stops floating. That's all I'll say.
There's something that floats, and you'll see what we're talking about, and we'll find out in chapter 2.
That would be good. I would like to, because I have a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, I do too.
That I can't ask.
There were a lot of unanswered questions that will definitely want to be resolved in chapter 2.
And if you did see the movie, drop us a comment. Let us know if you liked it or not liked it,
or anything
in between.
Mixed opinion. We always welcome opinions about all these things, especially after people go and watch the movies that we recommend. We love that shit. We love talking to you guys. So, if you guys like what we have to say in our reviews, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also,
if you want to see this loveliness, check out our Instagram, RL Rochon.
And also like our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Living Rochon.
Where we also talk about the actual Rochon.
Yeah.
The characters.
Yeah, we
sometimes.
And there's lots of cosplay photos on there of us and all this crazy stuff that we do.
And I have a fanfic coming up soon for Rochon. I haven't read one in a while. I know for those of you who read my fanfic, I know I was working on the Sasha Negan one, but I have another Rochon one percolating. So I like to procrastinate with my writing. I should be writing other things, but I will be writing another fanfic, so check that out.
Look forward to that as well.